This will be a very, very important film as far as India is concerned. Anis bhai narrated me the subject. I immediately connected to that, and that's where, I had fun.
Male
I had
chauvinistic.
blast. You want to do film sometimes, which is just a time pass, and you just have to be there to entertain people. What will happen to Panse? They will create a different category for me. They will say critics' choice. So when we did Hasil, we used to think that, we are going to change the definition of entertainment. But, life has surprises. Hi, I'm Irrfan. You're watching BollywoodHungama.com.
In terms of performing for a role like this, and you're having an Oscar award-winning director, apart from the fact that you had to do the accent as well, did you have any preconceived notion in that there's certain things are expected out of you as an actor?
This was definitely playing on my mind that, I have to bring myself up to the level of Ang to contribute to the film. And it's not a very simple subject.
Exactly.
It's a philosophical subject. On the surface, it's not, but it deals with everything, with our existence, with God, with nature, with your own journey, with the magical, quality of human being, his creation. So it deals with those kind of subjects, those kind of issues, and I have to bring myself up to to get on top of those issues and talk about it. So in that sense, it was very challenging. And in this film, I never had the opportunity to take the film the way I want to move, because it's structured. The journey is there, and you have to introduce that journey in the beginning. And Ang was looking at those my portions in a particular way. So I have to understand his vision, and that I have to make that vision my own. So that's a very challenging thing, You can understand somebody's vision, and to make that your own, that is really, it was tough.
While we were speaking to Ang Lee, in fact, I had asked him this question that there are certain stereotypes in the mind of the West as far as India is concerned. And Nasir Saheb has told us that Indians ko as such main roles kabhi nahi milenge. The hero ke jo roles hain, wo as such Indians ko nahi milenge. And you have that snake charmers and the Maharaja, that sort of thing. But here we are seeing that a boy is shown to be like a proper hero sort of stuff, and he's actually overpowering against all odds. And even when you're explaining to, I think, the Japanese guys who come to just inquire about the entire thing from you, and you give them two stories, simultaneous two stories. So in a way, is it fair to say that maybe this film breaks the stereotypes of Indians and maybe Asians in the eyes of the West?
I think one film can never do that. You have to keep on doing that kind of stuff. I think Nasir Saheb has said those things in the context of those times.
Right.
I think times are changing. And I think our Indian audience, which is expecting and which is so eager to watch fresh and original subjects, original stories, they are basically responsible for this change. They are demanding for fresher approach to filmmaking. And West is also, I don't think Ang could ever fall into the trap of stereotypes. It's a subject which is so fascinating, and there was no question of getting into stereotypes. And this will be a very, very important film as far as India is concerned. It doesn't show the dark side of India. It just shows the fascinating side of India, the mystique side of India. And Ang, the way he has done this film, I hope it becomes one of his best films. I'm so fortunate to work with directors. The film I did, that became one of their best films. I hope that this film also becomes one of Ang's best films.
Talking about entertainment, I was just thinking that just seeing your filmography, and you've done some hardcore commercial films as well, as far as Bollywood commercial films as well. I'll just give you two examples, like a Sunday and a Thank You. Both of them have not done that well, but I think your performance was fantastic. Even in Thank You, I think it was a really trashy film, but you stood out like anything. You're literally enjoying yourself like anything, even in that film. How do you just balance this thing out? You've done a lot of stuff. You've started off with serials, you've done a lot of television, and you've struggled a lot.
I think you need to have a connection with the director's vision to do that. When Anis bhai narrated me the subject, You know, I immediately connected to that, you know, and that's where, you know, I had fun. You
Male
know, I had
chauvinistic.
blast. Yeah, I had blast. You know, I enjoyed that film. I enjoyed working with him.
Right.
And earlier he narrated me another subject where, you know, I couldn't relate to it, so I didn't do the film. This time when he narrated me, I said, I'll do that. You want to do film sometimes, you know, which is just a time pass, you know, where you don't have to work, you know, you don't have to really think about your character, you know, you just be in a situation and you know you just have to be there to entertain people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even on like a Sunday, your entire, I think, timing with Arshad Warsi,
Yeah.
and even a film like Killer, I think it had some really fun moments over there.
Yeah. I enjoy myself when I'm, you know, when the part gives me a chance of being playful, you know. I don't like too much of serious stuff. I want to break away from seriousness, you know. I like parts which gives me a kind of, you know, possibility of being playful. Even a character like, you know, in Treatment, where I was playing Sunil, he's supposed to be, you know, bogged down with all kind of sadness and things like that, you know. But I found, you know, moments where I could be mischievous, where I could be, you know, a little playful, and, you know, so it's a kind of thing, you know, which comes easy to me, and I like, you know, enjoy doing that.
You've got some of your best works in Hindi is with Tigmanshu Dhulia. I think both Hasil as well as Pan Singh Tomar will be, I think, amongst your best films as far as any sort of cinema that you've done. What is it about Tigmanshu Dhulia that he gets the best? I think Hasil is something that really got you noticed in Bollywood as well, because it was only after that you got many films.
Because I see a lot of, you know, lot of nuances in his writing. When you see his film, there is something, you know, there is a social context. They're not empty subjects, you know, they're not out of the blue. They have a very rooted kind of, you know, it has a deep connection with the society. And he doesn't do it consciously. It's just his, you know, his values, his sanskar, which, you know, which translates, somehow it starts reflecting in the film. I like the way he engages the audience, you know. Even when he's talking about something serious, you know, he takes a different approach, you know. He makes it entertaining.
Entertaining is the word, because even in Hasil, जो आपकी dialogue, आपकी delivery है, and same with Pan Singh Tomar. Ironically, Hasil, you got Filmfare Award for Best Negative Role, I believe, which is, I think, strange, because I don't know.
That's why I stopped going to these award functions.
I don't know, because I think it's a full-fledged role. It has many dimensions, in fact.
And I can predict it right now. You know what will happen to Pan Singh. They will create a different category for me. They will say critics' choice, or, you know, something, audience choice, you know. They will never give me award which is...
But what about national awards? I think that is a possibility.
I've never been nominated for national award.
But that is ironic. That is ironic once again. That is ironic for sure. And I think Pan Singh Tomar, do you think that... personally, I think that you deserve it more than anyone else maybe this year.
I hope and I wish and I know that, you know, UTV is going to send the nominations, you know, and once they send it, I'll be hopeful, you know, definitely I'll be hopeful. And I would love to have national award, definitely, why not? And talking about Tigmanshu, I think Tigmanshu has the possibility to make right kind of blockbuster, which has a kind of rootedness, and still, you know, it entertains.
Right.
He's one of the few directors who has this possibility which will change Indian cinema, which has the possibility of changing Indian cinema. We used to think when we did Hasil, you know, we used to think that, you know, we are going to change the definition of entertainment. But, you know, life has surprises, so, you know, it tests. So it took time. It took 10 years.
No, absolutely. In fact, even जो एक scene उसके अंदर है that before the abduction happens, I think जो एक किसी rich जो abduction होता है, जो पेड़ के नीचे जो गाना हो रहा था, you know, it's like it can't get more as realistic as that. Okay, what are you doing next after this? Apart from Life of Pi, what are the other stuff that you're doing right now?
I have finished Saheb Biwi Gangster Returns with Tigmanshu. And right now I'm doing a film with Nikhil Advani, D-Day. It's a fantasy thriller. It's a strange genre. It's a thriller set in Pakistan. I'm enjoying it. right now. And after this, I'll be doing Bullet Raja with Tigmanshu.
That's good news because Tigmanshu is doing 2 films with you. That's definitely very good news. So thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama. A huge pleasure to have you, and looking forward to Life of Pi and all your future ventures, and keep us doing proud all across the world.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Thank you.
I have a great feeling about this film. This film is going to mesmerize you.
Inshallah. But that's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.